Today we're going to talk a little bit about the kind of things you need to brew better coffee at home. Hi, my name's Gareth, owner of Carvetii Coffee Roasters, and today we're going to talk about my top 6 things that you need if you're going to brew better coffee at home. First and foremost has got to be coffee beans. If you take nothing else away from this video today, please make sure you buy coffee in bean form. This is a Kenyan ruchu AB coffee. It is a coffee that's full of citrus flavors, there's fruit flavors in there, it's bright, it's exciting, it's a delicious coffee to enjoy at home. However, a lot of that's going to come from you grinding each portion of coffee just before you brew it. You're only going to get those exciting tones the closer to brewing that you grind the coffee. Once you've got your coffee, you're going to need some water. And water has a huge influence on the style of coffee that you brew. We have very varying waters in the Lake District. We have water around here and around our roastery that's super soft. The water cascades down the fell sides and it doesn't pick up many minerals on the way. And the lack of those minerals makes a big difference as to how the coffee will taste. We think the brightness in the cup goes up, and we think some of the flavors are slightly subdued if you use soft water. If you use hard water, you can also get some negative effects in the cup. It's a little bit easier to deal with hard water. You can actually filter it, and we would thoroughly recommend you filtering the water if it's hard. Onto the equipment. First thing you need is a grinder. We've got 2 options here, hand grinder and electric grinder. Both of these are burr grinders as opposed to what we call blade grinders. And if you're going to buy a grinder, a burr grinder is a great option to have. There's something special about grinding with a hand grinder. You get closer to the product. You get to experience a kind of completely different side of it. You probably put a lot of effort in that's going to reward you later on with a delicious cup of coffee. But I have to be honest, over the years, I've kind of pushed my hand grinder to the back of the cupboard, and I have this wonderful electric grinder that I'm a big user of. Every Saturday morning, my coffee is ground using this grinder. It's quick, it's easy, it's fast, and I can get that coffee so much quicker. If you buy our coffee, you may have spotted on the back there are some brew guides that we've put there for you. And each of the brew guides has suggested amounts of coffee, has suggested amounts of water, and suggested times. And if you're really going to get into brewing coffee at home, you're going to need a set of scales. They make life so much easier, they allow for consistency, and they allow you to produce a better coffee in the long run. Best kind of scales are going to be digital. They're going to have a degree of precision, maybe 0.1 of a gram, and we like ones that have got built-in timers. Again, making life so much easier. Everything's clearly on the screen in front of you. Then you're going to need a piece of brewing kit. There is a plethora of brewing kits on the market at the moment, and everyone seems to be thinking they produce the next best thing for coffee. I actually think that brewing kit is personal to the person brewing. Everyone has their preferred method, and I think that's great. I think it's a part of our industry that we should be applauding, the fact that personal preference means a lot as well. Over the years, we've tried all kinds of brewing methods. We started our days on what is called the coffee press or French press or carvetiicoffee, and it's a really good place to start. If you're getting into brewing coffee for the first time, if you're using scales and grinders for the first time, this is simple, this is repeatable, and this makes a great cup of coffee. At the other end of the scale, you've got filter brewed coffee, hand brewed coffee. This is what we call a V60, named after the style of cone that's on the top. I think these require a little bit more technique, a little bit more skill to brew, and maybe if you're getting into this for the first time, it's one definitely to play around with, but you may need to develop a technique to get the best out of the coffee. Then you have quirky looking brewing methods such as this, which is an aeropress. I bought my first aeropress back in 2006 and it's still going strong today. It has a degree of complexity in that there are lots of ways of using an aeropress, and that great variety in use often puts people off. It confuses people a little bit, but used in a very simple way, it's a great coffee brewing device. We take it on holiday, we take it camping, we take it up on the fells, and it lasts for years. Great piece of kit. If you brewed your coffee, if you ground your coffee, if you've gone to all that time and effort, then don't discount the cup that you drink from. I have favoured cups. When I'm drinking coffee at the roastery, I'm drinking coffee at home, there's always a go-to cup that I have. I think it's really important that what you drink from kind of is given some consideration. You've worked so hard to this point, find yourself a favourite cup, find yourself a favourite mug, and enjoy that coffee to the full. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear how you brew coffee. I'd love to see pictures of your favourite cups and how you like to drink our coffee at home. Thanks for listening. We'd love it if you can subscribe and follow.